Hi, welcome to this last session of the yoga study group around unblocking the body so that it can breathe more freely. Again, I'm at home. Usually it should be quiet, but again, if the bell would ring, I won't attend it. And I think with my mic, it shouldn't take that sound, but just in case, they're still doing works at the facade, so you might hear some sound and it might come from there. Otherwise, it's rather a quiet place. Once more, if you're practicing online, you can keep your camera on or off, wherever you feel, and you can always change. You can start on and you can change to off and the other way around. If you're in the class, you notice that you need to go to the toilet or you haven't eaten for hours or you haven't drunk for hours, please attend your needs, okay? For this session, we're gonna need a mat. We're gonna also need a wall and a blanket, a pillow, or a block. Yeah, one of those. I'm gonna leave my props on the ground. And see, here the opportunity is to walk around the yoga mat. And you can walk with one foot on your yoga mat and the other foot on your ground. And you can choose the speed of your walk. If you want to walk faster or slower. And also the size of your steps. And perhaps here observing if there is any contrast of sensations between one foot and the other. Contrast in sensations of texture, of temperature, or even of weight, sensation of weight. And you can decide to follow this walking movement with your sight. Or perhaps no, perhaps you prefer just to look forward and focus on the sensations on your feet. And whenever you feel ready, coming to the center of the mat. And here having an opportunity to find a central position that we will come back to during the class and that you can come back to anytime you need. Yeah? And here perhaps you would like to explore how apart or how close your feet need to be for you to feel stable. And you can stay here in quietness or balancing a bit from foot to foot, focusing on the sensations at the feet, observing the textures, the temperature at the feet, the sense of weight. You can stay observing the sensations, breathing naturally, or you can have a few breaths to allow yourself to release a bit more of excess tension. Perhaps inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, making a sound or not. In my case, I will do a sound. And you can choose to do this kind of breathing by itself, or you can decide to allow the shoulders to follow that movement, coming up as you inhale, dropping as you exhale. Or you can even add the knees, dropping as you exhale, stretching as you inhale. I remind you that you can also just stay quiet, focusing on the sensations on your feet. Yeah. I'm going to do the breath. You can stay breathing a few more times if you need, or you can do it 2 more times. And here now, to go into a cat and cow pose, the possibility is to walk towards the wall. You can walk facing forward, or you can look at the wall as you go to the wall. And bringing the hands at the wall, you can make a little spider shape with your hands, or you can bring the hands flat at the wall. Perhaps you want to try for a moment which option you prefer. And if you don't know, you can always just choose the one I'm doing. I'm going to do the spider shape. And remember, you can always change during, okay? And with your eyes open or closed, you can start to move your hands up and down. And again, you can decide the size of your movement. You want to do it bigger, smaller, and the speed, if you want to do it faster. And you can allow the spine to follow that movement. Or you can even allow your side to follow the movement. So I remind you, it can be only the hands moving up and down, or you can involve the whole body, or you can even follow your hands with your eyes. And here, noticing if there is any sensation in your back, your shoulders, your hands, your arms. Well, there is no sensation at all. And you can always stay in one of the positions if you need, if you want, or you can stay in movement. If you're in one of the positions, perhaps you want to change, or perhaps you want to stay in the position, or just keep moving. You can lift progressively or in one movement, bringing the hands back and down, and taking a moment for the central position. I'm going to turn so that you can see me better. And in the central position, with the feet more open or closed, with the eyes open or closed, noticing if there's any sensation that comes up in your body, in your hands, in your back, shoulders, any sensation of tightness, of strength, of stretch, or if there is no sensation, or at the part of the body that I haven't mentioned. You can stay here, or you can turn if you need. We're going to go into a lateral movement. For this, you can bring the hands behind the head, or you can bring the hands at the hips. Yeah, so the options are hands behind the head or hands at the hips. And here, moving from one side to the other, again choosing the size of your movement. And every movement can have its own size. Yeah? And also the speed of your movement. If you want to do the movement slower, faster, and noticing if there is any sensation in the body, in your rib cage, your back, your shoulders, or any other part. And just noticing if you want to breathe naturally, or if you want to coordinate the movement with the breath. If you do so, perhaps inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you go down. You can stay or leave when you need, or leave in 3, 2, 1, and going back to the central pose. Eyes open or closed. Just noticing if there is any sensation at the feet, the rib cage, the back, or any other area, or not at all. And you can stay in the sensations, or you can again inhale through the nose And exhale through the mouth, making more or less sound. And you can even add the movement of your shoulders, that breath, or even the knees. Going up as you inhale, everything going down as you exhale. You can stay longer if you need, or stay 2 more breaths. 1, 2. And from here, the possibility is now to go back to the wall. And again, you can do it facing forward or looking at the wall. And you can get the feet a bit closer to each other or more apart, whatever gives you more a sense of stability. And you can bring again the hands in the shape of a spider, or you can bring the hands flat. And from here, the option will be to have the elbow up or down. Yeah, the elbow up or down. You can try perhaps for a moment to see what option feels better. You can always change during. Yeah. And so opening, bringing the hand at the shoulder and bringing the hand back to the wall. And you can keep the eyes open or closed, or you can follow that movement with your side. So turning and looking as you open and coming back as you close. And noticing if there's any sensation at your upper back, shoulder area, or any other area of the back, or perhaps any other area. Can always be another area. And you can stay here observing the sensations and allow the breath to be natural, or you can decide to coordinate the movement with your breath, inhaling as you open, exhaling as you come back. You can stay in movement, or you can stay in the twist. If you're in movement, observing the natural breath or breathing in coordination with the movement. If you're in the twist, perhaps observing the sensations at the back, the shoulder, the arm. You feel free to leave whenever you want, or stay, or leave in 3, 2, 1. Back to the wall. And you can choose to do the same side, if that's what your body needs, or you can do the other side. I'm going to do the same side so you will see me better. With your eyes open or closed, bringing the hand at the shoulder and back to the wall. And if your eyes are open, you can decide to look forward, or you can follow the movement with your sides. Or even if your eyes are closed, you can allow the head to move with the movement. Remind you that you can keep the elbow up or down. And here observing if there is any sensation of tiredness also, arm, or shoulder, or back, or sensation of tightness, stretch. And you can stay with a natural breath, or perhaps you wanna coordinate with your breath, or perhaps you're already doing it. Perhaps inhaling as you open and exhaling as you close. Or just allowing the breath to be natural and focusing on the sensations. And you can choose the size of this movement, the speed of this movement. You can stay in movement or decide to stay in the twist with your eyes open or closed. If you're at the twist, just observing if there is any sensation, physical sensation in the shoulder, arm, rib cage. You can stay or leave when you want, or leave in 3, 2, 1, back to the wall, and staying with the hands and bringing now the hands down, starting to step back to go down. And you can bring the hands down through the wall, or you can now bring the hands at the thighs and start to walk down to bring the hands down. So I remind you, you can continue with the hands at the wall, or you can bring the hands at the thighs and go down with the hands walking down. And once you have arrived down, you can decide to bring your feet closer together or your feet a bit more apart. Explore a bit what distance apart you need from your feet. You can keep your knees bent or your legs stretched. And you can keep the hands on the ground, or you can take your elbows with your hands. And you can stay here in stillness, or you can bounce your weight from one foot to the other, allowing your torso to follow that movement. If you're staying in stillness without movement, or if you're balancing your weight from one foot to the other, just noticing the sensations, perhaps at the rib cage, at the back, or at the back of the legs. You can look a bit more forward with the head, or you can keep the head hanging. You can have your eyes open or closed. And you can lift progressively or at once. If you have your hands at the elbows, you can allow them to go down. And with the hands at the mat, bringing one knee down and then the other into a seated position, which can be here, sitting on your heels. But if that might feel uncomfortable for you, you can bring a block, blanket, or pillow underneath the pelvis, which I'm going to do. I'm just taking a moment here to notice the sensations, the neck, the back, if there is any sensation, or any other area where there is no sensation at all. And you can stay here observing the sensations, or you can add breathing through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And you can add the movement of your shoulders, or just do it without the shoulders. You can do as many breaths as you need, or do 2 more breaths with me. And from here, we're going to go into the possibilities to go into a child's pose and then a diagonal stretch. And for this, you can, I'm going to remove my block first. You can whip with the knees more open or more close. And you can allow your forehead to rest on your hands or on your mat. Or you can bring a support underneath your head. Yeah, it can be the block or the pillow. Or may this be a bit too close for you. You could always come to the wall and bring the hands at the wall. Yeah. So I remind you the options here are the hands together, forehead on the hands, or directly on the mat. Let me put well the mic. Or perhaps you want to bring the support underneath the forehead. Or if you need to feel a bit more open, you can bring the hands at the wall. And here, noticing the sensations at the back, taking a moment just to connect with your body. there are any sensations, perhaps breathing sensations, or perhaps there are no sensations at all. And you can stay here, or you can bring the hands to one side. So I'm going to move to this side. And the elbow that is a bit more to the outside, you can bend it. And you can stretch the other arm. You can either bring the forehead on the ground, or you can bring a block underneath the forehead. You could also do it at the wall if you feel you need a bit more space today. So you can bend one elbow, bring it closer to the leg, the other arm stretched. And here noticing if there is any movement as you breathe. Perhaps not. And if there is, where is that movement? You can go back progressively to the center or at once. And you can do the same side or the other side. I'm going to do the same side, you will see it better. I'm going to just go back for a moment to show the options. So you can walk with the hands to the same side or the other side. And arm that is more on the outside, you can bring the elbow and bring it closer to the leg. And you can stretch the other arm forward, keeping the forehead at the mat or on top of a support. And you can also do it open, right? You could also do it at the wall, one elbow closer to you and the other arm stretched. And again here, noticing if there's any sensation in the body. Perhaps not. If there is any sensation as you breathe. Perhaps not. You can come back progressively, or you can come back at once. And you can come back to sit. Just taking a moment to observe the sensations at the shoulders, at the back. And finish. We're gonna take the support if you need it, and we're gonna sit, if possible, with the back at the wall. You can sit with your legs crossed, or your legs stretched, or any other position. And you can sit with your back and your head leaning at the wall, or perhaps you want to move the head a bit more forward. And perhaps here the opportunity is to bring a bit more the sensations at the back. And if you can move the movement of your breath a bit more towards the back of the body, towards the part that is touching the wall. And you can keep your hands on your thighs, or you can bring the hands on your chest. You can keep your eyes open or your eyes closed. Or you can allow the breath to happen at its natural rhythm and just focus on the gesture of your hands. And you can stay focusing on the breath, either having it natural or feeling the back of the body breathing as it touches the wall. Or you can add these phrases that I'm going to repeat. You can add them mentally, or you can add any other phrase that you feel. The phrases I propose are: I know how to take care of myself. I can take care of myself. I am taking care of myself. I know how to take care of myself. I can take care of myself. I am taking care of myself. I know how to take care of myself. I can take care of myself. I am taking care of myself. At your own rhythm. If you have your eyes closed, you can open them. If your hands are up, you can release them. Thank you.